In the world of prophecies, few names stand out as boldly as Baba Vanga. Born in 1911, this Bulgarian mystic and healer is said to have predicted some of the most significant events in modern history, from natural disasters to political upheavals. Her uncanny accuracy has left many questioning. What if she really could foresee the future? But beyond her past predictions, Baba Vanga's forecasts for the future have been even more chilling, especially for the year 2025. What could possibly unfold in the near future that might change our reality as we know it? Picture this: a world where an eerie pandemic sweeps across the globe, not of viruses or bacteria, but of people simply falling into an unexplainable deep sleep. Imagine millions of people in different countries drifting off, unable to wake up for days, weeks, or even months, leaving the world to cope with the confusion and aftermath. Could something like this be on the horizon? And what of other predictions she made? A world-changing assassination, natural disasters, and even the rise of a new superpower? In 2025, we might be witnessing the unexpected transformation of our planet. So, what if these predictions are not just tales of fantasy but warnings of what's to come? To find out more, let's dive into Baba Vanga's prophecies for 2025, a year that might hold answers to questions we never dared to ask. Stay with us to uncover these startling visions of the future, and make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons so we can explore this mystery together. Baba Vanga's prophecies, often regarded as eerily accurate, have captured the attention of many over the years. One of her most intriguing and unsettling predictions concerns a sleep pandemic that she foresees for the year 2025. According to her, a strange and inexplicable phenomenon will occur, causing a global epidemic of people falling into a deep, unexplainable sleep. But what exactly does this mean, and how could it affect the world? The concept of a sleep pandemic, as described by Baba Vanga, is unlike any conventional health crisis. Imagine a world where millions, or even billions, of people, seemingly healthy, suddenly lose consciousness and fall into a sleep-like state. This is not merely a case of mass fatigue or sleep disorders. It's something far more profound. The people who fall victim to this mysterious condition do not wake up for days, weeks, or possibly even longer. Doctors and scientists are baffled by the phenomenon, unable to find a cause or a cure. No virus, bacteria, or pathogen seems responsible, and the medical community is left scrambling for answers. The pandemic doesn't just affect individuals in isolation. Entire communities could be paralyzed as entire families and neighborhoods fall into a deep slumber. Imagine a world where productivity grinds to a halt. Economies crumble under the weight of a workforce that's incapacitated, and governments struggle to find solutions. What would happen to a world dependent on constant connectivity and movement when so many people are unable to participate in daily life? What kind of social, economic, and political upheaval would occur as the sleeping masses continue to grow? Baba Vanga's prediction of the sleep pandemic is chilling for several reasons. First, it suggests that the phenomenon may not be limited to a specific region, culture, or country. It could spread globally, affecting people from all walks of life. Moreover, the mysterious nature of the pandemic means that it could strike without warning, leaving nations unprepared for its catastrophic effects. But what could cause such an unprecedented event? Some have speculated that the sleep pandemic could be linked to environmental factors, such as changes in the Earth's atmosphere or the disruption of natural rhythms like the sleep-wake cycle. Others believe it might have a psychological or spiritual cause, triggered by global tensions, social unrest, or even a shift in collective consciousness. There are also those who think that the phenomenon could be a result of unknown medical or scientific advancements, or even a form of biological warfare that is too advanced for our understanding. While it may seem far-fetched, it's important to remember that Baba Vanga's other predictions have often turned out to be eerily accurate. From the 9/11 attacks to the rise of ISIS, many of her visions have played out in ways that have left people questioning how she could have known. So, as we approach 2025, it's hard not to wonder, could the sleep pandemic be the next big challenge we face? The global response to this mystery would be critical, governments would need to cooperate across borders to share information and resources, working together to find a cure or explanation for this phenomenon. But with so many people falling victim to the sleep pandemic, it's unclear how long it would take for humanity to regain control. Could society recover? Or would this strange, slumbering crisis alter the course of human history forever? Baba Vanga's prediction raises more questions than answers, and the world waits in anticipation to see if her vision comes true. If this sleep pandemic does come to pass, it would challenge everything we know about our world and force us to confront the limits of our understanding, technology, and collective resilience. The sleep pandemic is a sobering reminder of how vulnerable our world can be. Even in an age of technological advancements and scientific discovery, as 2025 approaches, we may be forced to ask, is this just another myth or an omen of a future we are not prepared for? Whatever the answer, it's clear that Baba Vanga's predictions have sparked a deep curiosity about what lies ahead. Could the sleep pandemic be the ultimate test of our ability to face the unknown? Vladimir Putin, the long-standing leader of Russia, has been a polarizing figure on the global stage, commanding both admiration and intense opposition. Over the years, his leadership has been marked by aggressive foreign policy, a tightening grip on domestic power, and an increasingly authoritarian rule. Yet, amidst his control and influence, there has been a prophecy that casts a shadow over his reign: the prediction of his assassination. This chilling prophecy comes from the clairvoyant Baba Vanga, a blind mystic from Bulgaria who has gained international fame for her ability to predict future events. Among the many visions attributed to her, one particularly stands out, foretelling the assassination of Vladimir Putin. According to Baba Vanga, the Russian president's life will be cut short by an unexpected assassination that will shake the world to its core. This event, predicted to occur at a time when Putin's power reaches its zenith, could have profound implications not only for Russia but for global politics as well. While many of Baba Vanga's prophecies are subject to interpretation, the one regarding Putin's assassination is particularly eerie for several reasons. First, it involves the death of a world leader, a high-profile event that would inevitably spark global attention and ripple effects throughout the international community. Second, the prophecy suggests that Putin's assassination will occur in a period of heightened tension between Russia and the West. With the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, NATO's expansion, and an increasing rift between Russia and Western democracies, such a prediction seems to resonate with current geopolitical realities. However, the specific details of the prophecy have never been fully disclosed. What is known is that Baba Vanga reportedly predicted that Putin would face an untimely death at the hands of those who surround him. She suggested that he would not die of natural causes, but rather through a betrayal from someone within his inner circle, someone trusted and close to him. This betrayal, according to the prophecy, would be an orchestrated attack that would send shockwaves through Russia and the global political order. For many, the idea of Putin being assassinated by one of his own, someone from his inner circle, seems like a far-fetched scenario. Putin has carefully cultivated a circle of loyalists, and his power has been built on a foundation of control and surveillance. His position within the Russian political structure is rock solid, with very few threats emerging from within the ranks of the Kremlin. However, in recent years, there have been signs of cracks in the armor. High-profile political figures, journalists, and even former allies have been removed from the scene, often under mysterious or violent circumstances. The possibility of a betrayal, once unimaginable, now seems more plausible. The idea of Putin's assassination also raises important questions about the future of Russia. Who would succeed him? How would Russia react to such a monumental loss? The country, which has been heavily shaped by Putin's leadership for over 2 decades, may not have a clear successor. There is no obvious heir to the throne, and the power struggle that could ensue after Putin's death would likely create chaos and instability in Russia. Such instability could lead to a dangerous power vacuum, with various factions fighting for control, both within Russia and in the broader geopolitical arena. But why would Baba Vanga foresee such an event? Her predictions often pointed to significant shifts in the global balance of power, and the assassination of a key leader like Putin would certainly qualify as a major turning point in history. For Baba Vanga, the prophecy may be a reflection of a larger pattern of political upheaval and conflict. She believed that the future of humanity was intertwined with a series of global events, some of which would be violent, disruptive, and transformative. The assassination of Putin, according to her vision, could be one of these transformative events. There are also those who argue that Baba Vanga's prophecy may be symbolic rather than literal. Her predictions have often been interpreted in various ways, and many of them involve metaphorical representations of events rather than specific occurrences. For example, the assassination could be seen as a metaphor for the downfall of Putin's power or the disintegration of his political regime. Given the growing discontent within Russia and the increasing resistance to Putin's rule, such a symbolic interpretation may not be far from the truth. As the years pass, and as tensions between Russia and the West continue to escalate, the prophecy of Putin's assassination continues to loom large. The world watches with bated breath, wondering if Baba Vanga's vision will come true. While it is impossible to predict the future with certainty, the idea that such a high-profile event could occur during a time of international instability is not so far-fetched. Whether it happens through an assassination or through a different form of political upheaval, the implications of Putin's downfall would be far-reaching. One thing is certain: Baba Vanga's prophecy, whether interpreted literally or symbolically, serves as a reminder of the volatility and unpredictability of political power. History is replete with examples of powerful leaders who have fallen unexpectedly, often as a result of betrayal or assassination. If the prophecy of Putin's assassination is to come true, it would not only alter the course of Russian history, but also shape the future of international relations for years to come. As the prophecy continues to stir conversation and speculation, the question remains: will Putin's assassination occur as Baba Vanga predicted, or will he continue to defy the odds and maintain his grip on power? Only time will tell, but the world will be watching closely as events unfold in the coming years. As humanity moves into 2025, the world stands on the precipice of both tremendous technological advancements and potentially unprecedented natural and supernatural events. The rapid pace of climate change, combined with an ever-increasing reliance on artificial intelligence, could alter the fabric of society in ways that were previously only imagined in science fiction. At the same time, there is an unsettling sense that the supernatural realm may begin to reveal itself more openly in this period, as if the line between the physical and the metaphysical is thinning. Natural events, the unstoppable force of climate change. The most pressing natural event that is predicted to unfold in 2025 is the ongoing and intensifying crisis of climate change. While global warming has been a topic of concern for decades, the year 2025 is expected to be a tipping point. Record-breaking temperatures, extreme weather events, and a rising sea level could reshape both landscapes and human lives. Already, in some parts of the world, the impacts of climate change are being felt acutely. Wildfires in places like California and Australia have become routine, while regions such as the Arctic have warmed at an alarming rate, causing glaciers to retreat and wildlife to face extinction. But the predictions for 2025 suggest an escalation in these trends. Unprecedented heat waves are expected to sweep across major metropolitan areas, forcing governments to adopt new emergency protocols and possibly relocate entire populations. Ocean temperatures will continue to rise, leading to the destruction of coral reefs and widespread disruption to marine ecosystems. With it, the natural world will experience a loss of biodiversity that has never been seen before in human history. The agricultural sector could also feel the effects of these changes, as the growing frequency of droughts and floods disrupts food production. This will lead to shortages, possibly even triggering large-scale migrations from areas where food and water supplies become scarce. The increase in natural disasters could result in the destabilization of global economies, as countries struggle to deal with the effects of environmental collapse. Many experts predict that cities located on coastlines, such as New York, Miami, and Jakarta, may become uninhabitable due to rising sea levels, forcing millions of people to seek refuge in higher ground. Some nations may even resort to large-scale geoengineering projects, such as artificial weather control or carbon capture initiatives, to mitigate the damage. However, these measures could carry unintended consequences, creating new challenges that humanity may not be equipped to handle. Supernatural events, the unseen forces of 2025. Alongside the overwhelming power of natural disasters, 2025 could also mark the year when the world becomes more aware of the supernatural forces that many believe have been lying dormant for centuries. The boundaries between the known and the unknown could blur in ways that humanity has never experienced before. Some reports claim that an uptick in mysterious occurrences will lead to more open discussions about paranormal phenomena. One of the most intriguing supernatural events predicted for 2025 is the emergence of a series of unexplained global phenomena. Strange weather patterns that defy scientific explanation, bizarre flashes of light in the sky, and sudden, inexplicable changes in human behavior. Scientists may be left searching for rational explanations, while spiritual leaders and mystics could claim that these events signal the coming of a new age or even a change in the balance of power between Earth and the metaphysical realms. There are also predictions of widespread sightings of UFOs or extraterrestrial phenomena. While such sightings have been reported for decades, 2025 may be the year when governments across the world are forced to acknowledge the existence of beings from other worlds. Recent efforts by some governments to declassify UFO-related documents and the growing interest in space exploration could make the revelation of extraterrestrial life more plausible than ever. Some believe that these extraterrestrial entities may play a role in guiding humanity toward a new phase of spiritual awakening, while others fear that they may have darker intentions. In addition to extraterrestrial activity, there are whispers of a more mystical and prophetic nature. 2025 is expected to be a year when people turn more to spiritual practices in the face of mounting global crises. Ancient prophecies and spiritual visions may resurface, offering warnings or insights into the future of humanity. These prophecies, which often include visions of cataclysmic events, could be interpreted as the end of an era or the beginning of a new one, marked by both great destruction and transformation. For example, many claim that the Mayan calendar's end of the world prophecy is not a literal prediction, but rather a symbolic indication of a transformative period in human history. The year 2025 could, in this sense, represent a significant turning point in human consciousness, where individuals and communities begin to awaken to deeper truths about their existence and the interconnectedness of all life. This awakening could coincide with major shifts in global governance, as well as technological advancements that challenge our very understanding of the physical world. The supernatural events of 2025 might not be limited to these more abstract occurrences. Some sources suggest that 2025 could also bring forth physical manifestations of paranormal phenomena. Ghost sightings, psychic abilities, and unexplained healings may become more frequent, with growing numbers of people claiming to experience the presence of spirits or otherworldly forces. These manifestations could further blur the line between the material and spiritual realms, leading to debates among both scientists and religious leaders about the nature of reality itself. The intersection of natural and supernatural forces. In the year 2025, it may become clear that the natural world and the supernatural are not as separate as they once seemed. The environmental crises of the age could be seen as the result of a deep imbalance in the forces that govern both nature and human society. Whether this imbalance is the result of human actions or the influence of unseen spiritual forces remains a topic of speculation. What is certain is that 2025 will be a year where humanity faces unprecedented challenges, both physical and metaphysical. The coming decade may force us to reconsider our place in the world, our relationship with the earth, and our understanding of the unseen forces that have shaped our destiny. Whether these events are driven by natural causes, supernatural occurrences, or a combination of both, one thing is clear: the world as we know it is changing rapidly, and the future of 2025 promises to be a pivotal moment in human history. As we look toward 2025, the world stands at a critical juncture in both political and social arenas. Global tensions are rising, driven by factors such as economic instability, political polarization, and the ongoing effects of climate change. Meanwhile, new social movements, fueled by technological advancements and shifting cultural norms, are reshaping the very fabric of society. The political and social landscape of 2025 will likely be marked by significant transformations, as leaders and citizens alike grapple with the challenges of a rapidly evolving world. Political predictions: the rise of global tensions and changing power dynamics. In 2025, the political stage will be dominated by the rise of global tensions, with power dynamics shifting on a scale not seen in decades. Several key geopolitical events are likely to shape the global political landscape. The increasing influence of China, both economically and militarily, will continue to challenge the established global order. As China asserts its dominance in international trade and political influence, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region, tensions between the United States and China may escalate further, potentially leading to a new era of Cold War-like rivalry. This geopolitical shift could also bring about realignments in global alliances. NATO's role may be called into question as some European nations start to pursue more independent foreign policies, while others may seek closer ties with non-Western powers, including China and Russia. These realignments could shift the balance of power, leading to new alliances, trade agreements, and diplomatic challenges. In response, the U.S. will likely continue to assert its leadership on the global stage, but the increasing isolationist sentiment among certain political factions within the U.S. may limit its capacity to lead effectively. Meanwhile, the Middle East remains a region of intense political volatility, where the power vacuum created by past conflicts, such as the Syrian civil war and the rise of ISIS, continues to breed instability. The influence of both regional powers like Iran and external actors such as Russia and the United States will continue to shape the political landscape, with ongoing conflicts in Yemen, Syria, and Iraq serving as flashpoints. In 2025, these tensions may either de-escalate or intensify, depending on how international diplomacy and regional rivalries play out. The global balance of power is also likely to be influenced by the rise of populist and authoritarian movements across the world. In the past decade, we have seen a surge in nationalist rhetoric and political polarization in countries such as the United States, Brazil, Hungary, and Poland. This trend is unlikely to fade in 2025. Populist leaders may continue to challenge traditional democratic institutions, undermining the norms of liberal democracy and eroding trust in political systems. In some cases, this could lead to the erosion of civil liberties, a crackdown on dissent, and the rise of authoritarian regimes that promise stability at the cost of individual freedoms. However, these political shifts are not inevitable, and there is potential for political renewal as well. The ongoing struggle for democracy and human rights in places like Hong Kong, Myanmar, and Belarus may see new victories in the form of uprisings, protests, and shifts in governance. These movements could inspire greater calls for transparency, accountability, and democracy worldwide, potentially leading to a more just global political system. Social predictions, cultural shifts, and the impact of technology. On the social front, 2025 is poised to be a year of significant transformation, with shifts in cultural norms, values, and behaviors that reflect the changing dynamics of our world. One of the most significant social predictions for 2025 is the continued impact of technology on every facet of human life. The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, automation, and digital connectivity will reshape the workforce, education systems, and even our social relationships. In the workplace, AI and automation are expected to displace large numbers of jobs, particularly in sectors like manufacturing, logistics, and customer service. While this may lead to greater efficiency and lower cost for businesses, it could also create widespread unemployment, particularly in low-skilled sectors. To counter this, governments and businesses may need to implement retraining programs to help displaced workers acquire new skills. However, there is a risk that the transition to an AI-driven economy could exacerbate existing inequalities. as those with the skills to thrive in the digital economy will benefit the most, while those left behind could face increased economic hardship. In addition to the challenges posed by automation, the rise of AI may lead to broader societal concerns around privacy and ethics. As more aspects of daily life are monitored by AI systems, questions about surveillance, data privacy, and algorithmic bias will become even more pressing. The potential for AI to manipulate public opinion and interfere with elections may lead to calls for stronger regulation and oversight of AI technologies. Governments and international organizations will be forced to grapple with how to manage the rise of these technologies in a way that balances innovation with protection of individual rights. Social media will also continue to play a pivotal role in shaping public discourse, particularly in how people interact with political issues. In 2025, social media platforms may become even more polarized, with algorithms that prioritize sensational content and divisive rhetoric continuing to fuel ideological echo chambers. The spread of misinformation and conspiracy theories will remain a significant challenge, as fake news continues to influence elections, public opinion, and social movements. However, there is also the possibility that new technologies, such as blockchain and decentralized social media platforms, could offer solutions to these issues, allowing for more transparency and accountability in digital communication. The shift in social values and norms will also be influenced by changing demographics and evolving attitudes toward gender, race, and identity. The fight for gender equality will continue to make strides, with increasing representation of women in politics, business, and entertainment. However, challenges will persist, particularly in conservative societies where gender roles remain rigid and women's rights are limited. The LGBTQ+ community will continue to push for greater acceptance and legal protections, particularly in countries where same-sex relationships are still criminalized. The growing awareness of racial inequality and injustice will also remain a central issue in many countries. Movements like Black Lives Matter and similar campaigns in other parts of the world will continue to demand accountability for systemic racism and police brutality. In 2025, there may be significant strides in terms of policy reform, but progress will vary greatly depending on the country and its political climate. Social movements and activism. Finally, one of the most notable social trends for 2025 will be the rise of grassroots social movements that demand action on issues ranging from climate change to income inequality. These movements will likely continue to gain momentum, driven by young people who are increasingly aware of the long-term implications of political and environmental decisions. As a result, 2025 could see mass protests, strikes, and global demonstrations aimed at demanding radical changes in how societies approach issues like wealth distribution, environmental sustainability, and human rights. In conclusion, the political and social landscape of 2025 will be shaped by both disruptive challenges and transformative changes. The rise of populism, shifting global power dynamics, and the ongoing effects of technological advancement will set the stage for a rapidly changing world. Whether these challenges lead to greater conflict or a more united global society will depend on how governments, businesses, and citizens respond to the issues of our time. The political and social predictions for 2025 point to a world that is both full of uncertainty and ripe with possibility for positive change. As we approach the year 2025, the frontiers of science and medicine continue to expand at an unprecedented pace. Breakthroughs in biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and medical devices promise to revolutionize healthcare, improve life expectancy, and enhance the quality of life for millions around the world. In addition, ongoing research in fields such as artificial intelligence, genomics, and quantum computing is opening up new possibilities for understanding and treating diseases, pushing the boundaries of what was once considered impossible. In the realm of medical science, personalized medicine is poised to become a cornerstone of treatment protocols in 2025. Advances in genomics and molecular biology have enabled scientists to identify the unique genetic makeup of individuals, leading to the development of targeted therapies that are tailored to each patient. These treatments are designed to maximize efficacy and minimize side effects, as they are based on the specific genetic mutations and molecular characteristics of the patient's disease. By utilizing genomic sequencing and CRISPR gene editing technology, doctors will be able to modify the DNA of patients, correcting genetic disorders or potentially preventing the onset of diseases such as cancer, Alzheimer's, and muscular dystrophy. In oncology, immunotherapy has already made significant strides in the treatment of cancer. By harnessing the power of the body's immune system, immunotherapies can help the immune system recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively. In 2025, we can expect further advances in this field, with more targeted immunotherapies designed to treat a wider range of cancers with fewer side effects. In particular, the development of personalized cancer vaccines, tailored to the specific genetic profile of a patient's tumor, holds great promise. These vaccines work by stimulating the immune system to recognize and attack cancer cells, offering a more individualized approach to cancer treatment. Another exciting area of medical advancement is the development of advanced diagnostic tools that can detect diseases at earlier stages, when they are more treatable. Liquid biopsy technology, which analyzes blood samples for cancerous cells or genetic mutations, is one such innovation. By identifying biomarkers associated with specific types of cancer, liquid biopsies can detect tumors in their earliest stages, even before symptoms appear. This could dramatically improve the survival rates of patients by enabling earlier and more effective treatment options. In 2025, we are likely to see the widespread adoption of liquid biopsy tests in clinical practice, revolutionizing cancer detection and screening. Alongside advancements in diagnostics, the field of regenerative medicine is making significant progress. Stem cell therapies and tissue engineering are already being used to repair damaged tissues and organs, and by 2025, these techniques are expected to become more refined and widely available. Stem cells, which have the ability to differentiate into various types of cells, hold great potential for repairing damaged organs, treating degenerative diseases, and even reversing the effects of aging. Researchers are also exploring the use of 3D printing technology to create custom-made tissues and organs for transplantation, reducing the need for organ donors and minimizing the risk of organ rejection. The integration of artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning into medical practice is another transformative development that will have a profound impact by 2025. AI algorithms are already being used to analyze medical imaging, helping doctors detect diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular conditions, and neurological disorders with greater accuracy and speed. In 2025, we can expect AI to be increasingly integrated into diagnostic and treatment planning processes, allowing for more precise and efficient care. AI-powered virtual assistants will also play a role in improving patient outcomes by offering personalized recommendations and reminders for medication, lifestyle changes, and preventive care. One of the most exciting and ambitious areas of scientific advancement in 2025 is the potential for breakthroughs in aging and longevity research. Scientists are uncovering the biological mechanisms that drive aging, and they are developing therapies aimed at slowing or even reversing the aging process. The use of senolytics, compounds that target and eliminate aging cells, is one promising approach. These cells, known as senescent cells, accumulate in the body over time and contribute to age-related diseases such as arthritis, dementia, and cardiovascular disease. By removing these cells, scientists believe they can extend healthy lifespan and reduce the burden of age-related diseases. Additionally, advances in the field of neuroscience are opening up new avenues for treating mental health disorders and neurological conditions. The development of brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, is one example of how technology is being used to treat conditions such as paralysis, stroke, and even depression. BCIs work by reading brain signals and translating them into actions, allowing individuals with physical disabilities to control devices such as robotic prosthetics or communication tools. In 2025, we can expect further advancements in BCIs, potentially enabling greater mobility and independence for people with neurological conditions. The rise of telemedicine and digital health technologies will also be a defining feature of the healthcare landscape in 2025. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the adoption of telemedicine, and by 2025, remote consultations and virtual care will have become a mainstream part of healthcare delivery. Through the use of smartphones, wearable devices, and remote monitoring tools, patients will be able to access healthcare services from the comfort of their homes, reducing the need for in-person visits and improving access to care, particularly in rural or underserved areas. Wearables that track vital signs such as heart rate, blood pressure, and glucose levels will allow patients and doctors to monitor health conditions in real time, enabling more proactive and personalized care. In addition to the advancements in traditional medical fields, 2025 is likely to see continued progress in the field of space medicine. As space exploration becomes more advanced and commercial spaceflight becomes a reality, scientists are working to better understand how the human body responds to the unique conditions of space. This includes studying the effects of zero gravity on muscle atrophy, bone density loss, and cardiovascular health. The insights gained from space medicine research could not only improve the health of astronauts, but also lead to advancements in the treatment of conditions such as osteoporosis, muscle wasting, and cardiovascular diseases on Earth. While these scientific and medical advancements hold tremendous promise, they also raise important ethical questions. The ability to manipulate genes, extend life, and harness AI in healthcare presents challenges related to privacy, equity, and access. In 2025, these issues will likely come to the forefront as society grapples with how to responsibly use these powerful technologies. Ensuring that the benefits of these advancements are accessible to all, regardless of socioeconomic status, will be a critical consideration as we move forward. In conclusion, the scientific and medical advancements expected in 2025 hold the potential to significantly improve human health and longevity. With innovations in personalized medicine, cancer treatment, diagnostics, regenerative medicine, and AI, the healthcare landscape will be transformed, offering new hope for patients and a brighter future for global health. However, the ethical and societal implications of these advancements will require careful consideration to ensure that the benefits are shared equitably and responsibly. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and medicine, we must also be mindful of the profound impact these technologies will have on society as a whole. As we look toward the future, particularly with the predictions and potential advancements outlined for 2025, it's important to acknowledge that while the promises of technological and medical progress are vast, the road ahead will not be without challenges and risks. The advancements we anticipate, whether in the realm of artificial intelligence, personalized medicine, or societal shifts, hold great potential for improving lives, enhancing understanding, and solving problems that have long plagued humanity. However, these breakthroughs also come with an inevitable set of ethical, social, and practical dilemmas that cannot be ignored. The rise of artificial intelligence, for example, is one of the most significant technological shifts we will face in the coming years. While AI holds promise in revolutionizing industries, from healthcare to transportation to communication, it also poses serious risks. One of the most pressing concerns is the potential for job displacement. As machines become more capable of performing complex tasks, millions of workers across various sectors could find themselves redundant. The rapid development of AI systems that can autonomously learn, reason, and make decisions brings to the forefront questions about the control and regulation of these technologies. Will we be able to ensure that AI is used ethically? Will it benefit society as a whole? Or will it exacerbate existing inequalities? Furthermore, as AI systems continue to evolve, there is also the question of data privacy and security. The vast amounts of personal data collected by AI-driven systems could lead to unprecedented invasions of privacy if not handled responsibly. The ability of AI to predict, analyze, and make decisions based on our behaviors, preferences, and personal history could mean that our every move is being monitored and analyzed, raising concerns about surveillance and individual freedom. In 2025, it will be critical for governments, businesses, and societies to put in place regulations that protect personal data and safeguard individual privacy while still allowing for innovation and progress. Similarly, The advancements in biotechnology and medicine, while potentially transformative, carry significant ethical considerations. The ability to edit genes using CRISPR technology, for instance, holds the promise of eliminating genetic disorders. But it also raises concerns about the potential for designer babies and the possibility of unintended consequences. With the power to alter the genetic makeup of individuals and even future generations, there is a need for a clear and ethical framework governing the use of such technologies. The question arises, should we have the right to modify the genetic code of future generations? And, if so, who gets to decide what is considered acceptable? In the field of medicine, while the development of personalized treatments and advanced therapies is a step toward more effective healthcare, it also brings with it questions about accessibility and equity. Will these cutting-edge treatments be available to everyone? Or will they be limited to the wealthiest individuals and nations? The gap between the rich and the poor could widen further if access to life-saving medical advancements is restricted to those who can afford it. Furthermore, the reliance on advanced technologies in healthcare could lead to a loss of the human element in medicine. As AI and robots become more involved in diagnosing and treating patients, we must ask ourselves, what will happen to the doctor-patient relationship? Will empathy, understanding, and human connection still have a place in an increasingly automated healthcare system? Moreover, as we enter the era of climate crises, extreme weather events, and rising global temperatures, there is a stark reminder that progress in technology and medicine alone will not solve the world's most pressing problems. Climate change, resource depletion, and environmental destruction pose existential threats to the future of humanity. While technological solutions such as renewable energy, carbon capture, and geoengineering may offer some relief, they must be pursued alongside global efforts to reduce emissions and shift toward more sustainable lifestyles. It is imperative that advancements in technology are coupled with a renewed commitment to environmental stewardship. Ignoring the fundamental need to address climate change could render many of our greatest technological achievements moot, as they will be overshadowed by the devastating effects of environmental degradation. The advancements we are witnessing in space exploration are no less ambitious. Humanity's drive to explore the stars, colonize other planets, and understand the universe is awe-inspiring. But we must also recognize the limitations and risks associated with such ventures. Space exploration requires vast resources, and the benefits to Earth are not always immediately clear. As private companies and governments pour billions into space missions, we must ask ourselves whether the resources used to fund these endeavors might be better allocated to address urgent problems on our own planet, such as poverty, healthcare, and education. Furthermore, the ethical implications of space colonization, such as the potential for exploiting extraterrestrial resources or disrupting alien ecosystems, cannot be overlooked. In the rush to reach the stars, we must remain grounded in our responsibility to both the Earth and the potential life forms we may one day encounter. In conclusion, while the predictions for 2025 and beyond are filled with hope and optimism, they also carry with them important warnings. As we embrace new technologies and medical advancements, it is essential that we do so with caution, foresight, and a sense of responsibility. Progress should never come at the cost of ethical principles, environmental sustainability, or social equity. The challenges we face in the coming years are immense, but they also present an opportunity to redefine what it means to live in a rapidly changing world. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something we create, and the choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow. It is crucial that, as we strive for innovation, we do not lose sight of the values that bind us together as a global community: empathy, justice, and respect for all life. Only by addressing the complex interplay between technology, society, and the environment can we ensure that the advancements of the future benefit everyone, not just a privileged few. The road ahead is uncertain, but it is ours to navigate. The key lies in maintaining a balanced perspective, making thoughtful choices, and striving for progress that is both transformative and humane. In doing so, we can build a future that reflects our highest ideals and serves the greater good.